Do you ever find yourself wondering where you stand in someone's life? You talk, you spend time together, maybe there's chemistry, but deep down, something feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, yet there's this quiet, heavy feeling in your heart. If you've ever felt like you're giving your time, energy, and emotions to someone who doesn't give the same in return, you're not imagining it. You might be more invested than he is because, to him, you're just an option. And let me tell you this, from experience and from countless women who've written to us at Wise Life After 60. You don't need to look younger. You don't need to try harder. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to see clearly. In today's heartfelt episode, we're uncovering the 3 undeniable signs that a man sees you as just an option and what to do about it before it chips away at your confidence and peace of mind. This is not about blame or bitterness. It's about awareness. Because once you understand these signs, you'll stop chasing answers and start honoring your value. So, grab a cup of tea, take a breath, and let's talk honestly about love after 60 and the truth about being someone's option. Number 1. Inconsistent communication. Everything happens on his terms. The first and clearest sign that you're just an option in a man's life is inconsistency, especially in communication. When a man truly values you, he doesn't disappear for days and then reappear as if nothing happened. He doesn't text only when he's bored, lonely, or in need of attention. He shows up, not perfectly, but consistently, because he wants to build something real. But when a man sees you as just an option, his communication follows his schedule, not yours. He'll call or message when it's convenient for him, and when you respond with warmth, he'll soak it up. But the moment you express a need or ask for clarity, he'll pull back. You'll notice a pattern, conversations that go deep one day, followed by silence the next. Plans that sound exciting until they're suddenly too busy. It's emotional whiplash. At first, you'll rationalize it. He's just busy. He's not great with texting. He's independent. But deep down, you'll start feeling small, like you're waiting for him to decide when you matter. And here's the hard truth. When communication happens only on his terms, it's not connection, it's control. A man who truly values you makes time, not excuses. He remembers small things you said. He follows up. He wants to know how your day was, not because he has to, but because he cares. James, a 65-year-old widower who shared his story with us, said it best. When I met someone who mattered, I stopped scrolling through my phone at night. I started calling her just to hear her voice. Real love doesn't require reminders. When someone truly values you, consistency becomes effortless. So if you find yourself waiting for the call, the text, the effort, that silence is already your answer. You're not a priority, you're a placeholder. And you deserve better. Number 2, emotional distance, avoiding true intimacy. The second sign that you're just an option is emotional distance. He might be charming, attentive, even affectionate, but something about it feels surface level. When you try to share your feelings or go deeper, he changes the subject, cracks a joke, or gives vague answers. He's comfortable with light conversation, but when it comes to vulnerability, he disappears behind emotional walls. This kind of distance is not accidental, it's intentional. When a man doesn't see you as someone he's serious about, he keeps you close enough to enjoy your company, but far enough to protect himself from real intimacy. He might share just enough to make you feel connected, a story from his past, a compliment, maybe even a tender moment or two, but it never grows roots. You stay in the same emotional loop over and over. One woman from our community, Carol, 62, described it perfectly. We'd talk for hours, laugh all night, but I realized I didn't actually know him. I didn't know what scared him, what he dreamed about, what kept him awake at night. I was there for the good moments, but never for the real ones. That's what emotional distance looks like. It's closeness without commitment. It's attention without investment. And the danger? It makes you second-guess yourself. You start thinking maybe you're the one asking for too much. You tell yourself to be patient, to wait for him to open up. But here's what you need to hear. A man who truly wants to build something real with you will open up. He might not be perfect at expressing himself, but he'll try because connection matters to him. When someone avoids depth, it's not because you're too much. It's because they've already decided not to go deeper. Emotional distance is the silent killer of connection, and the longer you accept it, the more invisible you start to feel. So ask yourself, when you talk to him, do you feel seen? Do you feel safe to share what's really on your heart? If the answer is no, then you're not in a partnership. You're in a performance, and you're the one holding the script. Before we continue, we've covered two major signs: inconsistent communication that keeps you guessing and emotional distance that keeps you disconnected. But the third one is perhaps the most painful and the easiest to overlook. It's when you're always the one initiating everything, the conversations, the plans, the emotional work, while he just shows up when it suits him. Number 3, you're always the initiator, auditioning for priority. Let's talk about one of the most painful and most revealing signs of all. You're always the one making the effort. You text first. You plan the meetups. You ask how he's doing, remind him of special days, suggest time together, and without realizing it, you become the engine that keeps everything moving. And when you stop, everything stops. If that sounds familiar, I want you to pause and take a deep breath. Because this is not about blame, it's about awareness. When you're always the initiator, you're not being loved equally. You're chasing attention instead of receiving affection. You're trying to hold something together that was never balanced to begin with. Here's the truth that's hard to accept. A relationship that only exists because you keep it alive isn't a relationship. It's a performance, and you're auditioning for a role that should have already been yours. You might tell yourself he's shy or he's just not good at communication. But genuine interest always finds a way. A man who truly wants to see you, hear you, and be with you won't need to be reminded. He'll text first. He'll plan something. He'll match your energy. That's what partnership looks like. Now, here's what's really happening underneath when you're always initiating. You start believing your value depends on what you give, your kindness, your patience, your loyalty. You hope that if you're just good enough, caring enough, available enough, he'll finally choose you. But love doesn't work that way. Being chosen isn't something you earn. It's something that happens naturally when two people value each other equally. And if you constantly feel like you're waiting for proof that you matter, it's because deep down, you already know the truth. You're not his priority. You're his convenience. Let's be very clear. You don't have to prove your worth by overgiving. You don't have to earn love by doing all the emotional labor. You don't have to audition for a place in anyone's life. The right person won't make you chase clarity. He'll make you feel chosen without having to ask. So, if you're tired of being the only one who shows up, I want you to try this simple but powerful shift. Stop initiating for 1 week. Don't text first. Don't plan anything. Don't chase. Just pause and observe what happens. If he reaches out, makes the effort, and shows genuine care, you'll know he values you. But if the silence grows, then that silence is the truth you've been avoiding. It hurts, yes, but it's also freeing. Because once you see clearly, you stop begging for breadcrumbs when you deserve the whole loaf. Conclusion: you deserve to be someone's first choice. Love after 60 can be beautiful, but it also requires courage. The courage to look at what's real, not what we wish were real. If a man's actions make you feel uncertain, anxious, or invisible, that's your sign. Love isn't meant to drain you. It's meant to uplift you. You've lived through too much, learned too much, and grown too much to settle for half-effort love. You don't have to chase anyone's attention. You don't have to compete for space in someone's heart. You deserve to be with someone who chooses you with intention, not convenience. Someone who calls, not just when he's lonely, but because he wants to share his day with you. Someone who listens, not out of politeness, but because your words matter to him. Someone who matches your energy, respects your time, and values your presence. Because your worth isn't something a man can give or take away, it's something you already own. And when you start living like you know that, something incredible happens. The wrong ones fall away. The right ones show up. And love, the real, steady, joyful kind, becomes easy again. So, remember these 3 signs. He communicates only when it's convenient for him. He keeps you at an emotional distance. You're always the one making the effort. If any of this sound familiar, don't try harder, step back. Let him show you who he really is. And if what you see hurts, let that pain become your power, because it's not rejection. It's redirection. You're not too old to start again. You're not too late to find love that feels mutual, peaceful, and sure. Love after 60 isn't about proving yourself. It's about choosing yourself. So, the next time you catch yourself wondering, am I just an option? Stop. You already have the answer. And it's time to start living like the first choice you truly are.